Hello and welcome to Let's Talk SEO. So, CNN recently hosted Robbie Stein, who is the vice president of AI Google Search. So he's a person responsible for running, maintaining, updating, and all the decisions that have to do with Google Search. At least that is what it says. The segment is called Terms of Service on CNN, and every now and then, Terms of Service will bring on someone that really matters. And I think Robbie Stein is one of those people who should have great insight into what AI overviews is doing. They're not going to provide a lot of insight, but in this video, I'm going to dissect what he says. I'm not going to play the video. I'm not going to play the audio, obviously, because I don't want to get hit by a copyright strike. But there's a link in the description of the video if you want to watch it in its entirety. In a nutshell, what Robbie Stein is saying is that AI overviews over time will learn what answers are getting the most clicks, and it will keep those answers and keep running those answers until the number of clicks that it starts getting lowers. And so, in other words, the more clicks your results get, the better they rank. Okay. But this is an AI overviews. And so the next question is, what if you're trying to rank very well in AI overviews? Will click-through manipulation work? And the answer to that is, after a year of experimenting with click-through manipulation right to 2025, keeping in mind that I used to do click-through manipulation around 7, 8 years ago, it worked very well. I did it again in 2025, and I can tell you, based on the data, it does not work. It does not get you into AI overviews. It does not improve your visibility in AI overviews. It does not even help improve your organic rankings. And so if all you're doing is click-through manipulation to rank, it's not going to work. Even if you do it with good SEO, chances are it's not going to work. But the reason why he's saying that clicks matter when it comes to AI overviews is because the AI is looking at what answers are getting interactions. But also, the what Google is looking at is who is interacting with those answers, where their base, what their profile is, what other stuff they've searched for. So in other words, it's going towards personalization more than just a general recommendation. So let's say you go ahead and you Google for best exercises to build your chest, and the AI reviews recommended a couple of exercises later on, but in the next proteins supplement, and the AI reviews recommended a few of those supplements. And then the next question you asked was, how do I reduce belly fat? The answer to that will be a couple of exercises, perhaps. But then if you were someone who had just come out of the cold and asked how to reduce belly fat, because the AI reviews and Google does not have that data on you, it wouldn't know like why you're searching for how to reduce belly fat. So in this instance, the AI reviews might recommend supplements. It might recommend fat burners. It might recommend going to the doctor. It might recommend other stuff. And so the recommendation is not only based on clicks. So here's what he says, and I quote, one of the things I keep seeing over and over in some of the advice and guidance, the system actually learns where they're helpful and will only show them if users have engaged with that and find them useful. So for many questions, people just ask a short question or they're looking for a very specific website. They won't show up because they're not actually helpful in many, many cases. Or the next thing is, he says, the system will learn that if it tried to do an AI overview, no one really clicked on it or engaged with it or valued it. Stein said, we have lots of metrics we look at and then it will not show up. So if their AI overview is showing up for a search term and people are not clicking on the AI overviews, eventually the AI overviews will stop showing for that term. I would add to this that it doesn't just stop showing, it actually, from being the number one thing that shows up for that search term, it becomes the number third thing, the number fourth thing. And in some instances, I've been seeing the AI overviews right at the bottom of page one. So this is based on people's preferences and on people's clicking behavior. But doing a click-through manipulation, again, on your website is kind of dangerous and you shouldn't try to do that. And I know a lot of SEOs on YouTube recommend doing it. I don't recommend doing that. That is not AI SEO. That's not even SEO. So don't do that. He answered a question about pulling website data or information from websites that are not even ranking. And what he says is in many cases, actually issues additional Google queries under the hood to expand your search and then brings you the most relevant information or the given question. So in other words, he's talking about fan out queries. And you ask a question, that question is broken down into 6, 7, 8, 9 different search queries, and it searches the internet and it finds that information. So even if your website is not doing very well, but it ranks for that search query, information from your website will be pulled up and your website will be quoted, or there will be a link to your website and get AI overview. So that is why a lot of the stuff that surfaces may not necessarily rank in one instance. And I can tell you, one of my clients, he's on page third for his most, I would say, important search term, but he still gets a lot of Google traffic. Reason being, we do very well in AI overviews. Now, in the past, he was not doing well at all. So he was not getting any traffic. You could imagine being on page third doesn't really get you traffic. And that's because a lot of bad stuff was done to the website by another SEO company. And when he came to me, I said, the first thing we would do is fix all the bad stuff, but that takes time. And over time, we still need to get traffic. And so as a measure, additional measure, like I do for all my clients, I started doing AI SEO. And lo and behold, we started showing up for AI search terms and AI reviews. And now that makes up, I think, 100% of his traffic comes from AI reviews because he's recommended, his brand is recommended, products on his store is recommended. And so he's doing really well in our AI reviews, despite him being on page three. And so even though we're going to change that, but it will take longer than us actually showing up in AI search. And I think I've cracked the code in some ways because now I'm able to apply this and see results within a few months. And, that's something that I'm not going to talk about in this video, but I'm going to tell you this, that if you're not doing AI SEO or you're not investing in it right now, you're probably going to lose out on it because those who start early are going to see results later on. And if you're late to the party, you probably will lose visibility for a pretty long time. And so how does AI mode fit into the whole search ecosystem? So he said, we really designed AI mode really help you go deeper with a pretty complicated question. Stein said, citing examples like computing cars or researching backup power options. During AI mode testing, Google saw like or like a 2 to 3 full increase in query length compared to typical search queries. Users also started asking follow-up questions in conversational patterns. The longer AI mode queries included more specificity. That's in other words, when people are searching for something technical, the search query is longer and people will type in a longer term. But again, they're searching for information, as those are informational terms that you're trying to target, will be not just putting a term on your website, but targeting the fan out queries on your site and making sure that you have visibility for those fan out queries. I made a video about that. Go ahead and watch the video I made about fan out queries and how to find fan out queries. So then he was asked about personalization in AI mode. He said, we are personalizing some of these experiences, but right now that's a smaller adjustment probably to the experience because we want to keep it as consistent as possible overall. And so even though I would say that is now a lot more personalized, the reason why they don't tell us that is because they don't have the exact metrics as to how much is personalized. But I can tell you, AI overviews, the answers it gives you is personalized down to the city you're living in. And that's even down to the previous questions you've asked. And so it has a memory of that. And so at the end of the day, if you're trying to optimize for AI reviews, this is something, this is a video you probably could go ahead and should watch. It's a lot of fluff, a lot of the stuff he doesn't really answer. But at the end of the day, it's important to know as much as you can and find out as much as you can so that you're prepared for where search is going, which is going beyond just organic rankings. So if you guys like the video, like and subscribe as always, leave a comment below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Happy ranking.